Good morning, dear students. Today I am going to introduce a new topic, reducing balance method in calculation of depreciation. You have already learned how to calculate depreciation on the fixed assets on straight line method. So now what is the next method you are going to learn as per your textbook is reducing balance method. This is also called as diminishing balance method. Diminishing means which is reducing, decreasing in the value, or written down value method. If you all remember, in straight line method, the depreciation used to remain same for all those years till the usefulness life of the asset is. But here in reducing balance method, we will calculate depreciation on book value of the asset. That is very clearly given in your next slide. So here if you see in this slide, diminishing balance depreciation or reducing balance depreciation both means same children. In straight line method, only on the original cost of the asset we used to calculate the depreciation. But here in this reducing balance method, we will be calculating depreciation on the book value of the asset. A book value of the asset means the one which we have at the end of the financial year in that organization, which you generally write under the heading of balance C by D. So on that value we will be again calculating this rate of depreciation which is given to us. If we see the calculation of calculation of depreciation, the formula would be book value into depreciation rate. For example, let us say the organization bought a machinery for 80,000. So generally in straight line method, what we used to do, in case if rate of depreciation is given as 10%, if you calculate 10% on 80,000, we will get 8,000. The depreciation amount which will be charged for the number of years the asset is going to be there in the organization, say some 10 years. But in reducing balance method, the depreciation it decreases year by year. Why? I'll tell you. Like in straight line method, if 80,000 is the cost of the asset, by end of the first year after charging depreciation 8,000, the book value of the asset will be 72,000. Next year we take 72,000 as the opening balance, the value of the asset in the beginning of the financial year. Again we charge depreciation. We used to charge 8,000 in straight line method, but here in reducing balance method, the book value, that is 72,000, again we have to calculate 10% on that. So 7,200 will be the depreciation next year. Okay. So from 72,000, when you deduct 7,200, that will be the book value of the asset by the end of second year. Now on this book value again we will calculate 10%. That will be the depreciation of the next year. Don't get confused, children. This is I'm just giving this PowerPoint so that you will get an idea about what is reducing balance method. But when I start explaining the illustrations, it will be more clear to you. If we see about the merits, the advantages in reducing balance method, the first point says that it is very logically, if we think the asset, it grows older by time and the depreciation goes on decreasing, whereas in straight line method the depreciation is same every year you take, but here in reducing balance method it goes on decreasing because we are calculating depreciation on the book value of the asset, on the value of the asset that was the previous by the end of the previous years. If we see the second point, this method is very useful where the rate of obsolescence is more, that is the change in technology, because of that the asset has to be replaced. There this method is very useful. And also, as per the Income Tax Act 1961, they have accepted this method as legal. So at the time of income tax, we can show this reducing balance method, whereas the straight line method doesn't have any approval. The next one, the fourth point, it says that the total charge on the asset, whether it is depreciation or repairs, they remain uniform year after year. It means if there is a change in depreciation, if the depreciation is decreasing, if the value of the asset is decreasing, its repairs are increasing. If the value of asset is increasing, the repairs are decreasing. The fifth point says that this method is very useful for those assets which have a longer life, so that the depreciation can be calculated in the correct way. So these were the advantages of reducing balance method. Children, if we see about the demerits of reducing balance method, the first and foremost will be it is very difficult to calculate, because every year's book value we have to take. So it is a little tricky than straight line method. And also the assets value, it doesn't become zero. Scrap value, that will be the minimum value, but we cannot say that it's going to be zero. And also no amount of interest is shown. For example, if we lend money to somebody, or if we deposit some amount in a bank, generally we get interest on it. So the rate of our asset and its value increases, but nothing as such is given here in reducing balance method. And also there is no provision for replacement of asset on its expiry in this method, but there are certain methods in depreciation where this provision is there. So these were the disadvantages of reducing balance method, dear students. This slide, it tells about the difference between the straight line method and reducing balance method. If we see the basis of calculation, in straight line method we calculate it on the original cost of the asset, whereas in reducing balance method we calculate it on the book value of the asset. And the amount of depreciation, the second point, it says that depreciation is constant every year, but whereas in reducing balance method the amount differs and it decreases year after year. The third point says that the charges against profit and loss account in respect of depreciation and repair, under straight line method the depreciation and repair expenses, they increase in the later years, whereas it is not like that, it remains similar in case of reducing balance method. If we talk about recognition by the income tax law, straight line method is not recognized, whereas the reducing balance method is recognized. And the last difference as per your textbook given is suitability. The straight line method is suitable to those assets where the repair charges are less and also the possibility of change in technology is low, whereas in reducing balance method, this method is useful where the technological changes are expected frequently and also repair expenses are expected to be more with the time, coming passage of time. So this was the difference between straight line method and reducing balance method, children.